What's up YouTube? It's your girl AK. We are back with another market analysis. I am going to be super quick. I am currently on vacation. I'm not at home. As you can tell, this is not my house. However, you know, I still wanted to jump in and give y'all the market analysis. So without further ado, we're going to jump straight into just one singular pair. We're not going to do anything too crazy. This pair is actually very clean, straight to the point. Honestly, this is all I want to look at for the week because this is how clean it looks. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so as you can see, we are currently looking at GJ, right? I just want to show y'all currently what we have going on. Let me just turn off all my drawings so it's super clean, right? And let's start from the very top, right? So jump to the weekly time frame. You can see that we are bullish. As you can see, we are indeed making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, right? Put my drawings back off for a second. So you can see we are pushing very strongly on the weekly time frame, super bullish. At some point I do expect, you know, a retracement, but the weekly isn't giving the signs of, you know, weakness yet, so we can still push in this trend. So right now the weekly is bullish. If you jump to the daily, you also see that we have a nice bullish uptrend. Again, we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. A very strong bullish engulfing candle. In fact, this candle was a Marubozu candle, right? So just all momentum, all volume, no wicks at the top. That's a very great sign that, you know, we're looking for a big push really soon, right? Last week we had a nice retracement to the downside, and I'm just basically looking to trade this daily fib, right? So if I throw my drawings back on, you can see that on the daily time frame I do have a fib drawn, right? So this is my swing low at the bottom, and this is my swing high. Price is currently retracing. We already tapped into the 38 and the 50. I do think price may come down just a little bit more. I kind of want to see some kind of reversal pattern happening around this area of interest, right? So my area of interest is right here because what this was structure, price came, we broke structure, we're coming back to retest that structure, right? So I do want to see price kind of make some kind of you know, indecision candle somewhere in there here to kind of show me, hey, we're ready to make that move, right? But really and truly I'm watching the lower time frame for that shift. So if I drop even lower to the 4 hour, right, or even better, because the 4 hour is actually technically bullish. Like this is all a range. This was a swing low, this is a swing high, this is the range. Really and truly you want to look at that 1 hour, right? 1 hour time frame, we see a different story. So right here we see that during this pullback our 1 hour is bearish. We're making lower lows, lower high my voice, sorry. We're making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? And notice how I drew these resistance levels, and price is not breaking these resistance levels. In fact, it's structure is respecting price is respecting structure very well right here, right? Not breaking this at all. Okay, so I need y'all to understand something, right? If I'm a swing trader and I'm looking at the higher time frame, right, weekly, daily, 4 hour, we understand that the higher time frame holds more weight. The higher time frame is more respected, right? We know that time and time again the higher time frame is always going to work. It's always going to win, right? So I want to trade with the higher time frame, what the higher time frame is doing. So if I see that my 1 hour lower time frame is making lower low, lower highs, right? Again, we said that higher time frame we were bullish, right? Big push to the upside, right? My lower time frame, let's say we were looking at just, let's go back, let's say we're just looking at just this piece of price action. So if I just circle this right here, there's some price action going on right here. If I was to take a magnifying glass and zoom in on this piece of price action to like the 1 hour, right, that's where you're gonna see what you're gonna see. This lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? This is your 1 hour, right? Again, but we understand if you zoom out, you can't forget what the bigger picture is. So at some point price is going to get ready to skyrocket back, right? So we want to be able to basically catch when price wants to go back up. Now the problem is sometimes when you're looking at the higher time frame, it's hard to kind of tell when it's going to happen because the candles are so big and the move just kind of happens. We miss it, right? But that's why you need to scale down to the lower time frame. So notice how I said we're looking at that 1 hour. Let's go back there, right? So we're going to go back to the chart. Again, this 1 hour time frame. Remember we said that price was making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. But again, if I'm waiting for some kind of entry or some kind of indication like, hey, it's time to enter, I kind of want to see the trend go back the other way, right? So I want to see price actually start to disrespect the structure. I want to see price start to make the higher high, higher low, higher high, and that is going to be my entry, right? I want to see price break structure, retrace, show me it doesn't go any lower than that point, so that I make sure I don't get faked out, right? Because a lot of times people get faked out. They see price do things like this. They'll get liquidity swept, right? Like they'll come down, price will liquidity sweep you, but they don't wait for that retest. They don't wait for price to come back down and show them, hey, I don't want to go lower than this low, right? And what happens is they end up getting liquidity swept and they get stopped out that trade. So I want to make sure like 100% that price does not want to go any lower than this point and is actually breaking back above this level, right, before I can take that entry. So I'm looking for something like this, just a break of resistance on the 1 hour, right? Show me this one going any lower and then a push back up, and that's gonna be my potential entry for the upside. I'm looking to go long. Again, we gotta wait for this to set up, but if this was price action, my stop loss would be somewhere here, right? And we were looking to target what? The higher time frame. Why? Because the higher time frame is bullish. So daily highs, 27 extension, right? And we also have this 220 level as well. So these are 3 different potential take profit areas, right? We have liquidity sitting right here. We have the psychological level 220, and then we have the 27 extension on the daily. So these are my main targets that I'm looking to target, right? Waiting for that shift of structure. It looks like we're already starting to get it pretty soon. As you can see, if we go back to the 1 hour, notice how price, right here, we came down and we made this low. So see it right here, price, we did come down. This is a swing high, this is a swing low, right? We came down, we made this low, came up, and we're kind of rejecting, like we're kind of failing to make that low. So I'm curious to see if tonight we're gonna get that push to the upside, right? And if we do get that push to the upside, I'm gonna wait for that retracement, like I said. And then if we, don't go lower, that's gonna be my entry. I'm gonna look to enter there. So this one I'm waiting for. That's all I'm waiting for. I am not watching anything else right now. I think this is super clean. I don't want to look at anything else. If you want to get into it a little earlier, if you want to trail, like let's say the 30-minute instead of the 1 hour, you definitely can. It's up to you. Just understand that the higher time frame will always hold more weight. So I'm just choosing the 1 hour in this case, just for extra confirmation. But it's completely up to you. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Super quick, to the point. I don't want to get into anything crazy. I'm already holding some positions. Some not swing positions. I'm already holding some position trades on AUDJPY and GJ as well. For GJ, I just set the limit orders, so I'm already in for GJ for my position trade. But for swing trading, I just want to scale in, get that higher restore ratio. Y'all know how it goes. But yeah, y'all let me know if you have any questions. I have an announcement. If you stay to the end, I did make the Discord. I remember that a lot of people wanted to bring back the community. I ended up removing it from Telegram because it just wasn't the best platform in my opinion. So I did move it over to Discord. I sent it out already to my current, Telegram subscribers. So if you want to join the Discord, it's in the bio, it's in the description. Go ahead and join it. Become acquaintance, come say hi, and we're gonna continue to grow the community. So yeah. That is all I have. I hope y'all have an amazing, wonderful, blessed day. Until next time. Bye, y'all. Bye.